Hey guys, it's Rowan. So this is my week 11 on testosterone, and it's pretty great. Um, I'm building a lot of muscle, which continues to be cool. I haven't really done much of this, but I've got these going for me a little bit, and I've got more of this, and you can't really see it, but I've got pecs going for me. And definitely be getting hairier, especially in the inner eye region. Kind of weird. It's like spreading. It's like an army of hairs sort of marching away from various focal points, which is weird to see happen. Like I wake up every day with more of them. Um, but it's good. Definitely getting more of a happy trail. Um, face changing, slightly more. There's not a whole lot. Voice still getting awkward. Um, acne. Acne's getting worse. I think I'm gonna have to go back on antibiotic. That sucks. But oh well, it's worth it. Most of the changes I've been noticing, are just continuations from last week's changes. More what I wanted to talk about this week was more of a cultural things I've been noticing, especially like body image in the way that I've started to perceive my body as a result of the transition, particularly with not only with muscle but with fat. Like, I guess I was always jealous of guys. I thought they did easy. They got to wear simple clothes, and it didn't take that much for them to look good, whereas women were so pressured into um, conforming to some ideal, but now I realize that that's really not true. And the fat redistribution um, has been cool because I'm getting less hips, but I've also noticed a little bit more paunch, which sucks. And I exercise a lot, and hopefully, as things progress, that'll sort of fade. But I definitely have less. I'm less willing to forgive flaws in my body um, when I perceive my body as male than I was when I perceived my body as female. Because like all sorts of women are beautiful, right? And coming from a strong feminist tradition, I really believe, like, I've been steeped in this culture of like all women's bodies are beautiful and deserve praise and appreciation, and curves just mean you're extra womanly, and you have a stomach because that's where a baby goes. But for guys, I don't know that there's been the same sort of campaign of body positivity, and that's I don't have that framework for looking at my body that way, and so I feel like I need to rethink my whole approach to my body now, because when I see guys around who aren't really that fit, I don't have that forgiveness in my brain. I don't have that, like, well, he's still beautiful because he's a guy and he's a human being. I think, like, that guy should go to the gym. Whereas when I see a woman, it's a weird double standard that I never thought that I would really encounter. I assume that all the double standards hurt women, but it turns out that, lo and behold, gender norms hurt everyone. So that's been different, and I really need to figure that out. The other thing I've been noticing is the um, white male privilege. um, I mean, I feel like I already have this litany of white privilege and definitely upper middle class privilege that I've enjoyed that I feel guilty about. Like, just things running through my head, and I'm like, here's my privilege playing itself out, and I want to use it for good, and I want to be aware of it. But there are times when I definitely feel just like guilty, and now I'm kind of starting to have the same feeling about being perceived as male. Like, people are starting to defer to me more, and people are starting to respect things I say more, or give me more more physical space, which is really strange because I haven't really changed other than my appearance. But as soon as people started perceiving me as male, they started giving me all of these privileges, and I can honestly say I don't really want that. I was happy before, I mean, with the way people treated me in some ways. I was happy before with the way that I was treated, and having that extra, I don't know how to deal with that. And then, I came up in this strong feminist tradition learning about the patriarchy and why it's bad. And I feel like now I'm joining the patriarchy, right? Like becoming the enemy. And that's awkward, and I don't know what to do with all of that. And there's the shame of being trans that I feel like I've internalized, and then there's this added shame and guilt of white maleness now to add to that litany of shame and guilt. So I need to figure out a better way of viewing myself. Um, and it helps to know that I'm really more gender neutral at the end of the day, and that it's easier for me to pass as male, and it's happier for me, but that I'm not like 100% man. But in a way, that's also just an escape, and I need to deal with my shit, my gender shit. So that's a work in progress. That's really what I've been dealing with in week 11 of testosterone. So until next time, folks.